Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this. My name is Aquilladahun and this is a Lefty Knitter episode 206. I record through the week and then I smush it together and I post usually on Saturdays. Sometimes my schedule gets a little off kilter. Today is already Thursday, June 1st, so happy June 1st. It is definitely morning for me. Coffee, I'm having coffee with Mr. Salvador today, and I wanted to pop on because I have worked on something that I wanted to show you, and I'm going to hopefully, groggy morning voice, work on the other part of the embellishments for the Super Swirl Shawl. So I know I had showed you guys all of the finished knitting part, but I have now put on the embellishments of the embroidery. The only thing is, the instructions just say to like embroider. It doesn't tell you how to like finish off like the back side, which I know isn't going to look as pretty, but it's a shawl and it really is a one-sided shawl, like it's not reversible. So let me get that out and I'll show you. First, more coffee. I haven't I didn't say I'm from Baltimore. 3 cats, one currently at the vet trying to get her to pee because we think she has a urinary tract infection. So hopefully they kept her overnight to do that. Hopefully they have found out what is going on and we'll be able to get her today. Of course, the other monster here wants to get in my lap desperately, but she's gonna have to move. All right, yes, Baltimore, cats, kids, husband, all the things. So I didn't mention, we haven't mentioned this really other than maybe some Instagram stories, but John and I are trying to do intermittent fasting. Now, vacation threw that off a little. But yeah, I've never had this happen, and I know the woman probably felt really embarrassed. But we were at one of the school events for Haze, and this lady told me congratulations, and I was like, for what? And then we both realized that, hey, yeah, I'm not pregnant, and yeah, I'm not the person you thought I probably was when you congratulated me. Sorry, I'm just a little rotund. So we've been doing that. We both have been feeling a little not quite ourselves. So we've been doing that. And so far, 7 pounds. So that's cool. But we've also been eating better and smaller portions, just in, all the things you should be doing anyway. But so keto, with intermittent fasting, I can't have all my yummy, what's the thing you put in coffee? Coffee creamers. Yeah, can't have those. They'll break your fast. So just straight up a little bit of like 2% milk or something. I think we have 2% or 1%. I don't know, because that won't break it. So, all right, let me get this shawl out. It's been 3 minutes and I'm just talking about all kinds of stuff. So that's my conundrum, is how do I get these ends in the back to look semi-decent and not a hot mess? I mean, I still have to do that. I haven't touched the back, but let me show you. I ended up going with one color in each of the stripes. So in that gold stripe, gold stripe, I did the red, the pinky maroon red, and in the green stripe, I did the oatmeal color. I think that looks really nice. So I was able to fit 7 on the bottom and 3 on the top for each side. So 14 and 6, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 7. I thought I was miscounting. Okay. All right. For the top, I still haven't decided. The designer does a crochet border across the top. I think I had mentioned I don't want to do the pinky red color because then it'll outline the whole shawl in that color. I am thinking either green or blue. And I just have to do it. So, and I can always take it out if I don't like that color and redo it. So here's all my ends, and I did each triangle with its own string, and maybe I shouldn't have done that. I mean, do I just kind of weave it in and pray for the best? I don't know. And by the time this goes up, I'll probably have already tried working on it. So, but I wanted to show you because I think it looks really cool with the embellishments. I probably will add tassels too. It calls for tassels on the end. So, all right, let's work on this. Okay, started working the crochet single top along the top. I don't like it. And I'm not sure, I don't like the blue. I don't like the blue. I picked blue, don't like it. I might just not do it. I don't think it needs it. I might just omit it. Or if I do it, I think I'm gonna go with the oatmeal, this color. I know you won't see it for the majority of here. Also, I feel like it makes it more stiff and not as drapey. Like this feels, I don't know, maybe I'm crocheting too tight. Either way, I'm not sure I like it. And this looks just fine. This part gets bunched up around your neck anyway. I'm very sneezy today. I cut that out. I don't know what to do. I just don't think it needs it. I'm gonna take it out. All right, doing that now. It's now later in the day on Thursday, but I have all these whips that are like so close to being done, right? So I'm embroidering the triangles on that shawl, and then I showed you guys in the last episode my drawn together cowl by Shanalines Designs, and I only need to do an I-cord for it and block it. So I think that's next. And here is, if you don't remember, this was yarn from Fiber Seed, dyed by Reese, polka dot alligator. And here's the cowl, and it has the two holes here for an I-cord. So I was looking through my yarns and I was really wanting to do something like crazy color, and I have this yarn that's a Knit Picks. I think it was all like Pickle Juice. It was a neon line and they don't make it anymore, and that's really sad, but I thought that would be fun. This is yarn from Deep Dyed Yarns, and this was called Kiwi. This is also really bright. You can tell they are different. And then, if you've really been a watcher of my channel, I was attempting to paint just on a sock tube I had, because I was seeing if I could even do it. And I could. I'm never going to use this for anything, so it's going to end up being just a scrap that I use in something anyway. So I might rip this out and make an I-cord with it. And yeah, this. So it has the same color that I was thinking with the crazy pop, but then it'll also have some other colors. So it'll have some pink to match and some blue to match. I think I might just use this up and be done with it. I probably won't use it all. That might be what I do. I never really ask your guys' opinions because I usually do it before I end up like posting. Does that make sense? Also, I'm wearing my human rights are not negotiable shirt. So, yeah. think I'll use this. What do you think? What do you think? What do y'all think? Even though I'm probably going to show it in this episode. I think the pop is fun. Also, I can make another I-cord. I can make as many I-cords as I want and interchange them. I'm not probably going to do that, but I could, because I'm going to make it on my Erlbacher knitting machine. And yeah, I think I will show you guys making that because it is interesting watching an I-cord. All right, so stay tuned. Okay, so to do the I-cord on here, so you can go all the way around and around and around, you have to only have 3 needles in. So can you see my 3 needles there? Let's lift this a little. Okay, they're right here. So I'm gonna still put on, and I changed my mind. I'm gonna use this only because when I took apart the one I hand painted, I forgot I had put together like 4 mini balls of bare yarn that I just had. So I didn't feel like dealing with that. And this has all of the yarn. This has it's one skein. So I'm gonna put my bonnet on. I'm not gonna use super heavy weights because I don't think we need super heavy weights, so I'm gonna just try to hook on my heel weight. I don't know if that's actually gonna be enough. We're just gonna use the super heavy weights. I'm also gonna put on a little bit of scrap yarn, so we're just gonna use a little bit of waste yarn. Just gonna use this cone here because I have a little bit left on it. And you'll just go round and round. Now, when I made my I-cord, my lanyard cords, I didn't do all this. I didn't do, sorry, that didn't make sense. Oh, that's not gonna work. Too much weight! Ah! Okay. Let's take that weight off. And let's just hand tension it, maybe. Mistakes, they happen. Okay, this is just the waste yarn anyway, like I said, so let's just kind of hold that there. We're just gonna hold it, and it's I haven't done this in a while, and I'm just being silly about it. Do I need the sock? Nope, that's not gonna work, is it? Oh, yeah, it did. Okay. Nope, didn't work. Okay, guys, it is now Friday. I know I told you I was going to use this. This is what it looks like. This is that sock tube that I had semi-painted. Well, I forgot that I had used like 8 different balls. No, it was only like 4, but still, I don't want to have a continuous I-cord, so I'm not going to use this for this project. That'll go into something scrappy. And I have decided to use Deep Dyed Yarns, Kiwi. So I'm not going to do a traditional I-cord on this. I know I can do a traditional I-cord on my machine. You have to remove all the needles, leave in as many needles as you want to do your I-cord. But because I have a split yarn carrier here, it tends to want to come out of the yarn carrier around this section. And so it's just easier if I do a flat piece of fabric. I've made my lanyards with the flat piece, and because it is stockinette stitch, it curls on itself. So we're gonna do that. So to do that, I'm gonna do a 4-stitch I-cord. I'm gonna lift all the needles out of work except for the 4 that I want. I think I might have lifted too many, but that's okay. I can put one right back down. Okay. All right. So these are all out of work now. If they want to stay up, I might need to put on, I haven't changed my spring that holds my needles in. I might want to do that for this, but I'm going to try without it. So I'm going to put in my bonnet. And I'll be going back and forth with a little bit of waste yarn. Let's put that in. So I'm going to use just some white waste yarn. Bring it around. Put it in my yarn carrier. All right, and I'm gonna have to put on, I'm gonna have to hold it, knit the first row. Oh, I might need to put on my heel spring. Let's see. I shouldn't have to put on my heel spring for the first row, but I'm going to. And that first stitch didn't catch. Awesome. That's okay, but we're just gonna keep going back and forth. Oh, wow. Okay. This is a failed attempt again. Yesterday, I failed because I was trying to do the I-cord with like the normal I-cord, and now I'm failing with this. So I might put, oh my God, what a mess. All right, what was going on here? My stitches, my things are open. I don't know. I'm just been struggling 2 days with just things in general, and yeah, let's try it again. I did my I-cords or my lanyards so easily, so I don't know why I'm having issues. I mean, I don't know. And my cat wants to be at my feet. I don't know if you can see her in the video, but she always wants to be down here when I'm on my machine, and I don't understand why. Alright, that is not going to catch again on that first needle, second needle, and the third needle didn't go up. So oh, it's coming out of the yarn carrier again. That's what it's because of the slotted yarn carrier, man. Alright, this is just disaster in the making. Oh God, it didn't catch any. I know I'm going far enough. Doesn't want to catch on that needle, so what I'm gonna do, Luna, get out of here. Oh my God, forget it. Alright, this is the third time I've tried making this video. The first time epically failed, the second time really epically failed, and now I'm on number 3. So I'm not even showing you guys the setup anymore because yeah, I finally got it going. So I'm doing a 4-stitch flat piece of fabric, and when it curls on itself, because the nature of stockinette fabric will be an I-cord. Now this is just waste yarn, and I'm doing this because I need to have something on the machine before I put on my other yarn. So I'm going to take this out. So this is just some waste yarn, and I've decided to go with the Kiwi from Deep Dyed Yarns. And yeah, so she calls for, I mean, that's not really spoiling anything. It's a 3-stitch I-cord for hers. I'm just going to do a 4 because I'm also using fingering yarn instead of DK weight, which is what the pattern calls for. So I'll just add a tail in there a little bit. And I'm going to put my, to do the flat fabric, you need your stitch marker on, or your heel spring on. Put that in my machine. And we'll get going with some of this, the project yarn. So let's do this. I apologize, you can't really see, but if I pull this up, it's making the I-cord. So I'll continue doing this, and I'll come back and show you guys the I-cord. Wish I had a better angle for you. Hey y'all, it's Saturday, June 3rd. Let's round up this video. So I have two finished, this is the finished object show apparently, because I really did, oh my God, cat. I really wanted to get some stuff finished and that was my goal and I accomplished that. Go away. Do I need to lock you out of the room? Because I will. If it's not kids, it's cats. And if it's not cats, it's family. Okay, sorry. I used 89 grams of that yarn from, the Fiber Seed, Sprout DK. This one was dyed by Reese and it's polka dot alligator. I used almost all of it, so I have like 10 grams ish left, a little over 10. So, oh my God. I indeed just kicked out Luna. Reset. Okay, let's show you the finished object. I ended up going with the kiwi from Deep Dyed Yarns and made my faux I-cord on my machine. So I am probably just going to keep all the video that I recorded where I failed miserably in making I-cord on my Erlbacher. So the reason I believe I failed in the first video when I had taken all the needles out, because I don't have, I do have the original yarn carrier. The original yarn carrier is not slotted. I replaced mine with a slotted carrier. And because of that, every time it was coming around a certain part of the machine, it was coming out of the yarn carrier. And honestly, to put the other yarn carrier back on and then making sure it's set at the right place so the yarn is going right into the needle, the hooks correctly, I have it set and I don't want to take that off. I know I can. It just takes a little extra time to reset. So I'd have to reset too, because I'd be putting the non-slotted one on to make it and then putting the slotted one back on for my regular use. Video 2, I don't remember what I was doing and why I failed, but I failed. It was the amount of weight. It was I was rushing to do it also. I was like, I wanted to have it done, and I think in my haste, I wasn't just setting myself in the right mind frame to do it. So I went back to my machine later and I made the I-cord, the faux I-cord, which is where you leave all your needles in, so it's even less work, and I just lift the needles out of work and then I can make my I-cord. So let's show you the finished object. I love the pop of color. I really think it's awesome. I am so excited about this. What? Why? I just had to kick Luna out.
Hi.
Do you have something you need to say?
I'm going to the store.
For?
Hot dogs.
Okay.
Them glizzies.
Please take the cat with you.
Is this your hat or my hat?
It doesn't matter. Just please take the cat with you. Not like to the store, but out of the room.
Please proceed.
Thank you. And shut the door.
We're going to watch.
Drawn Together Cowl by Shanalines Designs. Thank you for gifting me this pattern. And yeah, I love it so much. It's beautiful. So
thank you, Shanalines.
Shana. Yay, it's done. And you can change out your I-cord. Like if I didn't want it to be a pop of color, I could take it out and use a different color. So I don't know what I'm going to do. And then, like I said, I have that nugget left and I think it's going to go, where did I put it? I'm going to put it in my DK weight scraps and use it in something. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, that's what I got. Now, yay, finished object. I posted this actually yesterday on Instagram, so I could be part of the cowl that is happening. I think it ends today, actually. So, I'm not quite sure of that. So, you should check it out. Follow Shana. I'll link her down below. Yeah. And then, I'm not sure. Okay, let me show you the other finished. This is now finished. Because I decided I'm not adding the crochet border at the top, and I'm not adding the tassels. I can always add the tassels later if I want to, but honestly, I think I'm just not going to. And like I've stated before, I'm going to use all my extra scraps from this and make DK weight socks. So even that polka dot alligator might go in there. So let's show you the finished object. Well, I should have put the other one on. I could do that too. All right, so these are all finished. I showed you that they were all embroidered, right? All the embroidering's done, but I now have sewn in all my ends. So I tried to sew them in the triangle pattern up and down, just so if you did see the back, it didn't look like a super hot mess. It's just a little bit of a hot mess. So, and because they were all different lengths, they're not all the same. But that's okay. Super swirl shawl. Again, info down below. But this is done. So let's put it on with the triangles and see what you can even, you might not even be able to see them, really. Oh, you can see them in some spots. Okay, you can see them in some spots, right? So it's pretty cool. I like the lighter spots on the green because you can see those more. They're more prevalent in wearing this. So I'll fix that. Sorry. All right, so done. Finished. Another finished object. This is gonna go in my shawl drawer that I have with a lot of shawls that. I barely wore shawls this year. I don't know what that was all about. But let me put on the cowl because I actually didn't put that on, and I would like to show you guys because it is blocked and fully finished. And let's throw it on so you can see. So in Shana's description, you can wear it both ways. You can wear it with the cord at the top or at the bottom. So let's floof it out a little. And then you can, you know, pull it tighter. So when it's those really cold days, it's really tight up against. And then it would be great, you know, under a jacket because it's not a lot of bulk. And then she said you can switch it and wear it the other way if you chose to do that. I'm not sure I would choose to do that. Although it looks kind of cool at the bottom too, doesn't it? Like, because you can just tuck this in when it's in your jacket, and then you can make this tighter to keep any air out. There you go. This will be a sorry, that'll be like a screenshot maybe or something. I don't know. No, blurby. All right, so those are done. Let's see. Only one more thing to show you because I was really trying to put all the finishings on that. I have the Stephen West shawl I started, the shifting chevrons. I have my Oriole socks, my Birdland socks that only need heels, so I'm almost on those. And then I have Hazel's gloves, which they won't be much longer to be done. So I think today I am going to swatch for my Ripple Camisole, Ripple Tank Camisole. I can't remember which one it is. I will insert picture here. And I showed you guys I was going to use this yarn for it. So I need to do a swatch and see where I'm at. If my gauge is on point, then I'm going to do the size large, which is bust, your actual bust 40-42, because I'm a 40. So yeah, I'm going to do that. But let's show you the progress I made on the gloves. It was not very much, but there is some progress. I'm ready to split to take the thumb hole stitches off, so that's where I'm at, and that's just why I haven't picked this up and decided to finish all my other stuff. So I only have done where the ghosty is to there. So yeah, take off for the thumbs, and then really once the thumb is off, I only have that much to do. So I'm very close to having these done. I just, of course, have to pick up the stitches for the thumb. That's probably the part that I'm like, I don't feel like doing, only because it's such small circumference knitting. I gotta make sure I have some DPNs. Maybe do magic loop, probably do DPNs. I'm not quite sure. I'll figure it out once I see how fiddly it is. Yeah, we finished Succession. I'm not quite sure if they're gonna have more seasons. It seems like they're not going to, but it wasn't really a spoiler, but it's more of, I saw glimpses of a possible alternate ending that they filmed, and that was quite sad. I'm kind of glad they didn't do that, but I mean, eventually they might release it. I don't know if they release stuff like that on DVD. I know back in the day they would release like alternate endings and stuff, and I thought that was interesting. And then other than that, nothing else new. I am reading a book from my work's book club, and I can't remember what it's called. I will insert the name somewhere, so because it's part of our DEI, our diversity, and why can't I think of the name? Inclusion. It's part of the DEI group, and so we're reading that, and most of our topics are related to stuff going on in the world related to socialism or race or things of that nature. So I'll put that name in case anybody is interested in the book that we are reading. And that's about it. We got the pool put up, so that's exciting. That's very exciting, actually. We didn't get our pool until like mid to end summer last year, so we didn't get the whole summer to enjoy it. So we're really excited to have the whole summer to enjoy our pool. It's been like just filling, and Hayes has been in and out of it, even though it don't have like that much water in it. That's okay. She's enjoying herself, and that's really what matters. Yeah, nothing else new. Nothing else really new to talk about. Yeah. I have 2 sock blanks available. Thank you to the Ambers, I should say. That's funny. 2 of the sock blanks sold. My favorite one, which was the pink one, and then the Mystic one also sold. So I appreciate you for buying those. I did purchase some more blanks, and I think I'm going to stick with my original style, and yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I really enjoyed doing that. I might eventually throw in a few that have like different objects or shapes or themes. We'll have to see. We'll have to see about that. But all right, well, until the next episode, I hope you're all well. I hope you're all taking care of each other. Oh, also, it is Pride Month, so if there is any way you can support in that manner, you know, it shouldn't always be just for the month, but all the time. I've seen lots of posts going around, you know, making sure you're doing your part in support and whatever else. And yes, you know, that is where my allegiances, that sounds weird, fall. That is my beliefs and how I feel. And, you know, I appreciate everybody that has maybe unfollowed me because you don't feel the same way and you did it quietly, and I appreciate that. And everybody has their own feelings about things, and it can be done in a nice manner, like most of the people I've noticed have, or it can be in a really rude manner, and I won't allow that kind of stuff on here, so comments will be blocked or deleted, etc. But yeah, so there's lots of patterns out there that you can support, different BIPOC would that be correct? I'm sorry. You can support different makers, and you know, you might not always know if someone is or isn't, and that's not our place to know and have a list out there, right? I mean, if people want to have that knowledge known, that is their own personal business. So, but if you do know of ways that you can support, like I purchased 2 patterns from Corey, who is Iroc Knits. She just released a hat pattern and it has a discount code, but I decided to purchase it at the full price, and that way all the proceeds of that, and I gifted it to 2 random people, and so all the proceeds are going to the Trevor Project. So I felt like that was just one small way I could help. Even if you can't maybe purchase the pattern or purchase the yarn, if you can support in sharing it on social medias, it does get the word out there, and there might be somebody that follows you that says, oh, I would love to be able to support and I wasn't sure how, and here's my in and how I can do it. Because not everybody knows how, but if it is presented to them in a way, it could trigger something. It could make somebody be like, oh, I wanted to do something to help, and here's a way to do it. I said that like 3 different ways, sorry. But yeah, so if you can do anything to help in supporting in that manner, so there we go. That's what I have to say today. And I just hope everybody is taking care of themselves. Mental health is important. Mental health is important to check on your friends, because you might know people that have things going on in their lives. And yeah, so check on your friends and your family. And yeah, peace, love, and happy knitting. Until the next time. Bye.